So the good news is me and eToro have partnered up, and if you sign up with the link in the pinned comment or in the description, you can not only sign up to eToro, but also get lifetime access to my investment chat room for life and find out what I am buying and selling for free. The bad news, you're gonna have to watch the rest of the video. Here's an eToro review. So before we crack on, please do hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell. If you are new here, I'm LWT, and there is a Patreon link in the description where you can buy me a beer, a whiskey, or join my exclusive WhatsApp group. There is very few limited spaces available, and you can find out what I'm buying and selling as it happens, and ask me questions directly. Or sign up with the eToro link, and like I said, free lifetime access to the chat room. So for a while now, people have been asking me on YouTube, which broker do I use, which is the best broker, and there is no real easy answer for that. I think I've even got over 15, maybe 16 brokerage accounts open right now. Some of them are good, some of them are not so good, and my whole purpose of these is I'll try out pretty much any of them, and if I find a good one, I'll do a video on it. But I won't really do a bad video on one of them because, quite frankly, they may become good one day unless they're .com. But eToro, for me, has become sort of my main broker for my investment portfolio. And the reason really is their platform is very, very simple to use. Their app's even easier, and they have a few very, very unique features that no one else has. Now, like I said, I've tried 212, I've tried IB, I've tried all of these, and some of them are good, some of them are bad, some of them have expensive fees. eToro has no fees, so that's a big bonus. But they also have cryptocurrency, FX, commodities, ETFs, stocks, and CFDs. Now, full disclosure, if you trade with any leverage or you short on eToro, you are buying a CFD, a contract for difference. If you don't know what that is, then strongly suggest you research it, or you can ask me in the comments and I'll try and explain it there, or I'll do a video on it in the future. So let me know in the comments if you want to know what a CFD is. But basically a CFD is a contract between you and your broker on the stock, and there's usually a spread price, and it's usually with a lot of leverage, and it's very, very risky. So if you're a new investor and you don't know what a contract for difference is, just know you shouldn't really be using it. Just buy with no leverage the underlying asset. It will tell you in your purchase when you buy and sell eToro. Now, eToro does pay you dividends if you have dividend stocks, which goes into your account, which some brokers aren't doing. And I know that sounds mental, but some brokers don't actually pay you your dividends that you're owed. They just keep them, and you know that's Starbucks paid for this week. And they also started a social aspect a couple of years ago where they have a sort of Twitter-style wall. So if you click on a stock, for example, BP, there'll be a wall and you'll be different posts with likes and shares and comments, so you can see what other people think of this stock, which I think is a great feature because, you know, Twitter and stock tweets have been good, but they've been on the decline lately. So I think eToro having that wall, you've got people who are actively investing in it, and you can see what they're saying and selling, and I think it's a really good feature that no one else is doing, and yeah, props to eToro for that. But their biggest two features, in my opinion, is the copy trader and the copy portfolios, and we'll come on to them in just a second. And finally, probably one of the best things if you're a new trader on eToro is their virtual account. You can click on the app from real to virtual, and then you get $100,000 of play money to invest in live stocks, and you can see how it works and what's good and what is good for your personality, and just play around before you actually invest real money. So I think that's quite a good feature, to be honest. And the best thing about it, it's very, very easy to do. A lot of these companies have, you have to open a normal account, then you will give you a login for a second account, and it's just completely chaos. You're resetting passwords every week because that's what we do these days. Everyone's got a different password format, so you need to have a number and a capital, and it's just impossible. Why can't we just have a thumbprint? Let's bring back the thumbprint. Boop, you're in. Why can't we have that? Remember on the iPhone, that was easy. And another bonus thing for you is if you sign up with that link, you do get lifetime access to the Investing chat room. There we have like-minded individuals who are looking at stocks, and you can help find and buy and sell stocks that you're looking at in your investment portfolio. But more importantly, I share my portfolio there every single week, and I tell you what I'm buying as I'm buying it and what I'm looking at as well. So it's a little Brucey bonus. If you do want to sign up with that link, please feel free. If not, fill your boots. Now, copy trader is probably one of the biggest things I was sort of contradicting on eToro, to be honest, until I tried it out. Copy trader in itself is sort of a unique thing where because you've got this social aspect on eToro, you can copy a established trader who's got a proven record and been vetted by eToro. And basically, if you allocate $200 to them, it will allocate that $200 in percentage terms to their portfolio. And then when they buy and sell stocks, it will also allocate automatically for you. So in other words, if their account goes up 2%, your account should go up 2%. If it goes down 2%, your account should go down 2%. That's what it means. And it's good in a way, because if you pick the right person, you can find some really, really good investors who do all that hard legwork for you. Now, some of these investors also send weekly updates, daily updates. Some of them don't, to be fully transparent. But you can also find out what that person is like, what's their past performance like, what their growth chart is. But the key one for me is what they're currently invested in. So you can go in and see what their current portfolio is and see if they're overexposed to any market you don't want to be in. So for me, I don't really want to be in EV cars right now. So I see a few people there that have got overexposures to Teslas, your NIOs and your DPHCs. And I'm like, you know what? That's more than 30% of their portfolio. No, thank you. Now that's not to say it won't work. That's just for me personally. Copy traders is a good aspect for a person who's just getting into trading, wants their money to work hard for them while they learn to start trading themselves. That's what copy trader is for me, but definitely a very good feature for the lazy trader. If you want to be a lazy trader, then copy trading is for you. But the biggest one for me is their copy portfolios. Now, this is sort of taking the copy trader aspect and then made some sort of sectors for it and then added an asset manager on it. So first thing is the copy portfolios. You can pick, like, there's groups where the highest returns, for example, over the last year, and they've got 5 people together from copy portfolios, and you're diversifying even more in them, right? So that's okay. But then they have the copy portfolios. So if you want to go into something like automated driving, they have one on automated driving. You can click that, someone's managing that, and it's only investing in companies that are related to automated driving, like your NIOs, your Teslas, your NVIDIAs, companies that are related to that sector. There's one on renewable energies, there's one on oil stocks. So that's a good feature as well. If you just want to say, do you know what, I want a little exposure to renewable energy, and you don't know what stock to buy, you don't have the time to look at it, let someone else manage it in that sector for you. Happy days. Job's good, you've got your diversification, and someone else is managing it for you. So that's, in a way, really good in my opinion, and it's actively managed, and you can see what you're buying and selling as it happens. So for me, the copy portfolios are a way step up from copy portfolios or copy traders. And I think that, yeah, I'm definitely, well, let me put it this way. I'm in quite a lot of copy portfolios already. So if you want to know what they are, join the chat room or sign up on that link. So again, in full disclosure, this is just one of my broker platforms. I have my portfolio spread across 7 or 8 of them. And the reason for that is I don't really want to sell my positions, to be honest, before I move. But when I do realize some in 212, for example, I will be moving it over to eToro, because at once, you know, at the moment, I've got like 6 apps on my phone and it's just chaos and I'm really sick of it. So eToro is a reputable firm. They've got loads of cash and they've got a very solid structure. If I had to be critical of eToro, it would be that they only offer US dollar platforms, which is weird because they can't actually open accounts in America yet. So if you're in Australia, you've got to use US dollars. If you're in the UK, it's US dollars, unfortunately. But that said, majority of assets and stocks are traded in US dollars anyway. So in a way, it could work out good for you, but it would be nice to have that little currency exchange possibility, in my opinion. Another downside is that it takes on their app. Honestly, it takes a good hour or two once you've got the app and you've committed yourself to it and you're open, you've made your first purchase. It takes about an hour or two to find out how to work it. For example, on the copy traders, what I realized is when I'm, putting in $200 to try out this guy, or girl, there's girls on there as well, just to be clear, but it's not Tinder, just relax. But when you click to copy, there's this little button, and if you don't click that button, then you're just buying basically the stuff that they haven't bought yet. So things they're buying or adding. Probably describe that really badly. But if you click the button, what it means is you're buying Apple if they're in Apple, and you're buying it instantly. So you're buying it at a worse price than them. So for me, there's pros and cons of that, right? So I tried it with both ways. One, if I did click it and I'm in all these stocks, I'm fully set up the same way he or she is, but I am, what's the word I'm looking for? In at a worse price. Let's say I'm in at a worse price than he or she is because I bought it at the current price. Sometimes it would be a better price as well, by the way. But if you went the other route and you only go on their future transactions, it will take time for you to build your investment to allocation. So for example, when I click that, it's been 2 weeks now, and I'm, on that $200, I'm only actually invested like $30 or something. So the rest of the cash is in essence sat there doing nothing. So yeah, you know, that's down to you really as an investor. There's pros and cons for both of that. But the lesson really there was you need to sort of take a couple of hours to really dive into the app and have a play with it. The biggest downside is CFDs and leverage, and it's not really eToro's fault, to be honest. If you're investing and you're using leverage, and more importantly, if you're using leverage on CFDs, you're gonna get a margin call if you're slightly wrong, and especially if you're a new trader. Now, I think 70+% of people who trade CFDs lose money, so just don't be one of them. Be very, very cautious. If you're using CFDs, make sure you're experienced and you know what they actually are. But long story short, just download the app and trade with no leverage, the underlying asset, and you'll be, you know, hunky-dory and fine. Key benefits for me is it's easy to download and open, and you know, everything's on the app. I use the web browser as well. It's pretty much the same, to be honest. They take card payments, so there's no bank transfer, so it's even cheap there as well. Copy trader and copy portfolios for me are massive, massive things, and it's just a lazy way of investing, but it's a good way of looking at what other traders are doing too. Of course, the biggest benefit is if you sign up with a link, you get the LWT chat room, you get your dividend payments, and you also get mobile push notifications on price alerts, news, and anything else that you sort of find relevant. So it is pretty good. And of course, their wall feature where you can go on and, you know, interact with other investors is pretty good too. I will be doing more videos on eToro, and this is a very, very brief review overall of why I'm using them. So if you want a review of the platform or how to set up the app or what is copy trading in more depth, let me know in the comments. Please do hit the like button, subscribe, sign up with eToro below, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.